Spring.
Just training for
Training
baseball.
baseball.
All baseball.
Yeah.
He had a couple.
We feel like oh yeah.
Yep.
It's just it's like football. Sticks.
Yep.
Yeah. Ironically, he's having more than
I call this meeting to order at 6:30. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everyone to this January 15th meeting of the Blendon Township Board of Trustees. Ms. Burry, roll call please. Jennifer. Here. Michael.
Siamako?
Present. Okay. I'm going to, Pat, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank
for
you.
Public comment.
Got it. This is the public comment portion of the meeting. As always, public comment will be for a period not to exceed 30 minutes per meeting. Residents or guests wishing to speak, we ask that you sheet, which everybody has. Each person will be given 3 minutes to express their compliment or concern. Each person will be podium in the order listed on the sign-in sheet. Yielding of time to another person is not permitted. Respectful communication is expected by all people involved in the meetings. Then pmyers@blendonTWP.org. And we have Pam Clegg is asked to speak.
Pam Clegg, 3614. At the November 20th trustee meeting, Pat Myers asked you to consider eliminating the fall street sweep. This request came after I earlier shared in the meeting about the failed fall sweep and the importance of street sweeping. I emailed each of you November 22nd asking you to not do away with fall sweeps, and then at the January 2nd meeting I asked you to please share what you decided about fall sweep. So far, I haven't seen or heard your final decision. The benefits and necessities of street sweeping are: it contributes to cleaner waterways as required by the state of Ohio and federal law. It prevents street flooding, which could result in home and property damage. It helps maintain the integrity of asphalt and curbs, which are both very costly to repair. It makes our roads safer for travel, and it improves property values. The seasons of spring, summer, and fall are critical as far as street sweeping goes. Fall, a critical time to sweep, it is probably the most important season for streets to be swept. In the fall, not canceled. If saving the township money matters and protecting the environment is important and required, then eliminating the sweep is not the answer. If street sweeping overwhelms our service department, the solution is not to eliminate the sweep. Instead, budget accordingly and consider hiring temporary help to lighten their workload. This last fall sweep was a waste of taxpayer money because it was so poorly done. I already shared specifics as to why it was bad. It seems that some areas in Huber Ridge were overlooked. It was asked to re-sweep. All would benefit knowing about the street sweeping. I saw no signs posted letting residents know that street sweeping would happen, as I've seen in the posting signs might encourage those who can and care to move their cars off the street. Many are not opting. Two trustees replied to my November 22nd email asking you to not eliminate the fall sweep, but to my knowledge, no one has replied yet about your decision regarding Pat's request, which I again asked for at the January 2nd meeting. I would expect by now you have reached and will share this important decision tonight. I hope this all will support two fall sweeps. Comment.
That's all we have for public comment.
Okay. Selena, do you have any comments
just a couple.
Trustee?
You may or may not know, but the property taxes for Franklin County were certified at the end of December. I received inquiries from a number of residents on what they can do to get their property taxes lowered. If you feel the auditor's appraised value is too high, you can file a complaint with the Franklin County Board of Revision, also known as BOR. Filing with the Board of Revision complaint entitles you to a hearing before the three-member Board of Revision. At the hearing, to support your complaint, they present information such as a recent appraisal for similar properties in the neighborhood, or even a just the Board of Revisions is accepting tax year 2024 complaints until March 31st of this year, 2025. You file a complaint, you ask? Fastest way is to submit a complaint e-filing. Complaints may also be filed by mail or in person at 373 South Street, 20th floor, Columbus 432, and it would have to be postmarked no later than March 31st. You can do it by email, and the email address is br@franklincountyohio.gov, or you can fax it to 614-525-252. But it's worth doing if you've never done it. It's really not extremely difficult. You don't have to have an attorney do it. You can do it yourself. And then the Aqua water bills, please continue to send me as many bills as possible along with a hardship letter. I still don't have enough. I'm getting there. I don't have enough of them to take the next step. And a little update on the Blendon Beautiful initiative. Due to the holidays and staff being out of the office, we've been able to see another cleanup since the last one. Adam has heard back from Josh with Franklin County, and he confirmed they plan to be out this Saturday to clean up the Cleveland Heights area permitting. And of course, we just heard that we might not be able to do it because it's supposed to snow, but we'll keep you updated on Cleveland Heights, and then as we're done with Cleveland Heights, I'm going to have them start moving through other parts of the township. So there is a noticeable difference, though. So if you drive through Cleveland Heights area and after a cleanup, you're going to notice quite a bit done. That's all I have.
Thank you. I have several trustee announcements as well. The Salvation Army Tree Drive for Central Ohio, which Trustee Heichel promoted during a meeting and the Senior Center promoted, including during a Breakfast with Santa event, has put out their report from this year's holiday drive. 17,484 individuals were served from a total of 4,336 households. 12,621 gifts were given, with 10,208 of those gifts being to children. So thanks to any one of you who generously supported this holiday drive. Next, House Bill 315 was signed by Governor DeWine in the wee hours of this session that started the same day as our last Board of Trustees meeting. This bill, which I have reported on several times, includes 17 provisions that benefit townships. So we're glad that it's signed now. The executive director of the America 250 Ohio, Todd Kleismet, started a monthly virtual Todd Talk on January 10th, which I attended. You're going to be hearing more about initiatives all over the state, some of which have already kicked off, that celebrate Ohio's history and contribution to the United States of America as we get closer to the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. I have the website if anybody would like that to find out even more information about it. Since there are no more board meetings before February 1st, I want to announce that the Ohio Revised Code recognizes February 1st as Ohio Township Day every year. As the first form of government in Ohio, the 1,308 townships across the state serve nearly 35% of Ohio's population. Road maintenance, police, fire protection, cemetery maintenance, zoning, and parks are just a few of our township responsibilities. And lastly, Administrator Myers and I will be attending the Franklin County Township Association meeting this Thursday evening, and some of us trustees and staff will be attending the Ohio Township Association Annual Conference downtown later this month. So we'll move on to the fiscal officer report. Ms. Burry?
Yes, have you had a chance to review the minutes from the January 2nd meeting?
Yes, and I will move to approve those minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No?
Okay, call for the vote.
Shinaberry,
Yes?
Simoco,
Yes.
and then have you had an opportunity to look at the purchase orders?
Yes, and I will move to approve the purchase orders as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No, a lot of them.
Yes.
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Simoco,
Yes.
and then have you had an opportunity to review the bills?
Yes, and I'll move to pay the bills as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Okay, call for the vote.
Shinaberry,
Yes?
Simoco,
Yes.
You have anything else?
That's it.
Okay. We'll move on to Administration and Human Resources. Mr. Meyer.
Thank you. I have a couple things I need your help with tonight, and a couple of things at the end that aren't on the agenda that I'll cover for you. First, we passed a resolution of necessity to put the police levy on the ballot in May. Once that necessity comes in, it's sent to the county, then they certify it back to us for the millage, and then we do a resolution to proceed. And if you pass that tonight, then I deliver everything to the Board of Elections to certify it and have it on the ballot. So tonight, what I'm asking is Resolution 2025-04 to proceed with the submission of the question of levying an additional tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation for the purpose of police services pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 5705.19J.
Okay. I will move to approve Resolution 2025-04 for placing the police levy on the May 2025 ballot as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Simoco,
Yes.
Thank you. Like I said, I'll wrap all that up down to the Board of Elections tomorrow. Next, Resolution 2025-02. I'm asking to amend the motion that was made on May 8th, 2024 for the promotion of Matt Newman to Service Director. The hourly rate would be amended as follows. Effective January 1, 2025, his rate would be amended from $31 an hour to $31.93 an hour based on the performance since taking the job.
I will move to approve Resolution 2025-02 as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, Matt, you got some big shoes to fill, but you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I agree.
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Simoco,
Yes.
Thank you. Next, I'd ask for Resolution 2025-03 to amend Resolution 2023-23, the hiring, establishing of the terms and conditions of employment for the Blendon Township Administrator. What we wanted to do was, the main thing was to add the human resource duties to my resolution and the job duties and all other duties as deemed necessary by the Board of Trustees. So the Appendix A, those duties were added, hiring, doing the things that the HR function calls for. That was something that was added on. So we want to make sure it's in the resolution and memorialized.
Well, I will move to approve Resolution 2025-03, amending Resolution 2023-23. Do I need to read the rest of that?
You can say as presented since I just read it.
Okay, as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote?
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Simoco,
Yes.
Great, thank you. A couple things I wanted to say real quick. So tonight, just so folks know, when this meeting ends, we will adjourn this meeting and we'll take a short break, and then there will be a public hearing for the electric and gas aggregation. We have to have two public hearings. The first one's tonight. So SOPEC, the company for which is going to be doing the aggregation program, they'll be here around 7 o'clock, settle in, and folks can come up, comment, ask questions. They will answer any questions you have during that time frame. And then once the comment's done, we'll close the meeting. And then on February 12th, we'll have the same hearing at the beginning of the meeting, because once that happens, there's some ordinances the trustee has to vote on to move forward and get the main piece started and so forth. But I'll let SOPEC speak to those timeframes when they're here, but I wanted to let folks know, if you want to stick around for that, and if you're here for that, hang in there. Second thing is, I did have a meeting with Morpsey today, and it wasn't on the agenda because it wasn't until today. Eileen Luby and two other folks came out to talk to me. There's a couple things that was interesting to me. They're sending me information tomorrow that I can share on social media, and it is a program for all residents of Blendon Township. It is income driven, so you call and they can tell you whether you qualify. There's also a link you can click on and look to see if you qualify. But it's for winterization of homes, sealing windows, possibly buying windows. doing things to help residents. There's no cost for it. If you qualify, they'll do it. They'll send people out, the weather strip, they'll do the things that need to help you. So I'm gonna put that out on Facebook. We'll put it out on the website as well, but I at least want to get that out on the YouTube channel, that more to come on that. I found that out today.
Is that like an energy audit?
It's not really an energy audit, it's just a program for home improvement for income-driven, home improvement during the winter. For a lot of seniors, things like that take advantage of it.
That's great.
You know, people like my age and up take advantage of that. So. The other thing they're doing is next week, either next week or the following week, I'll know more soon, they're sending a 3-person team out to sit down with me, and we're gonna look at some different grant programs for parks and some other areas, and they have a team that'll work with us at no cost to help us, since we don't really have a grant writer. You know, we have people, we're looking and we're always searching, but this team, that's their job. What are you looking for funds for the township, and how can we help you? Adam's working with OPWC on some road stuff, but with Warp City, I'm gonna work with them on parks and some transportation things and so forth. And we're also talking to Jed Z about doing a project with the owner of Glengarry Center to finish the front of the center where it ended, where Delaney starts and where China House and Domino's is, to see if we can't work together to get that facing done as well. So those are just a few things we're working on and you guys know about.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay, let's move on to maintenance, parks, cemetery, Matt.
I'd like to ask some board approval for road salt for a purchase order to purchase 150 ton of road salt not to exceed $10,000. We signed an agreement last year with Cargill at $61.35 a ton. We need about 150 ton, so be about $9,200. And that'll replenish our stock, hopefully get us through the season.
Wasn't that price less than the previous year?
It's $18 and some change less per ton, so about $2,700 savings from last year. And this is a budgeted item we use out of our gas tax fund, so.
And Trustee Schinneberg, I didn't mean to interrupt Matt, but where it says 115 pounds when I type that, we're gonna go ahead and buy tons. Pounds wouldn't last very long. Sorry about that.
All right, well, I will approve I will move to approve a purchase order to Cargill Corporation not to exceed $10,000 for purchase of 150 tons of salt at the contracted price of $61.35 per ton, as part of the agreement that is effective from 8/1 of '24 to 7/31 of '25. And part of bid number 24-03 SWOP4G.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I have a question. I remember years ago listening to John Giamarco say that we didn't have storage. Do we have enough storage for this?
We have 4 storage bins, and it holds
Okay.
about 800 ton. So when we get about halfway through, we like to reorder, not knowing how long it's gonna take to get it delivered, because so many counties, townships, villages use that same, program, so
But we're good on storage.
we're good. Yep,
And there's still a significant amount of winter left. So.
You use 150 ton of salt already, right?
yes.
Last year, they were called out 6 times to salt and plow, 2 plows, salt. And he was out for 7th time this year already. And so,
I'll out again tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
tomorrow morning, so.
All right. Any more discussion? Okay, call for a vote?
Schinneberg?
Yes?
Diamato?
Yes.
Is that it, Matt?
That's it.
Okay, on to the police, Chief Belford.
Request the Board of Trustees approve a purchase order to Panasonic Connect in the amount of $11,143.16 per year for 5 years for a lease of new computers and printers for all of the police cruisers. We are 2 years past the end of recommended service life on the computers we have now. We're up against expiring warranties. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office Communications is doing a major upgrade. This is the last upgraded software this particular hardware can take, and it is, IT's telling us it'll run slow if we don't upgrade the hardware also. And we are getting printers also because county is moving to e-tickets. where we will do the tickets electronically rather than handwritten, and the printer prints out the copy for the violator in the cruiser. So $11,143.16 a year per year for 5 years for a lease for the computers and printers.
Okay, well, I will move to approve a purchase order to Panasonic Connect for $11,143.16 per year for a 5-year lease for computers and printers for the police cruisers.
Second.
Any discussion?
Chief, do you think that's going to save our officers time in writing up tickets?
Yeah, e-tickets should be quite a bit faster. It'll also save time in records, where the lady's entering the tickets and records, it'll automatically be entered, so they won't have to hand jam data entry on tickets and try to decipher some handwriting. Also, sometimes when people sign their name, they put creative words on there too, and it covers over the other words that were written on there. It'll clean up a lot. Plus, it'll keep us moving along with the county upgrade. I think the e-tickets, we won't be the only one trying to process the old handwritten tickets down to the courthouse, which will go to the back of the line because the clerk of courts can move the e-tickets through much faster.
So this could save us on labor too, may pay for itself.
Does this also include any technical help that would need done?
So we have-
Glitch or anything?
We have a contract with IT Made Real for our
Right.
technical support.
And that would cover it.
And then there's also manufacturer support for anything that's coming online new. And then manufacturer's maintenance through local providers through the warranty, which we're not going to have on the computers that we have now if we keep them. So yes, but not out of this 11,000, other than what comes with the new computer lease.
But any issues will be,
We're covered for any kind of IT issues.
okay. Any other questions? All right, call for the vote.
Shinberry?
Yes.
Piamaco?
Yes.
Okay, on to, did you have anything else?
Thank you, that's all I have.
Okay, on to fire, Chief Miller.
Yeah, so new Medic 112's been in service for a few weeks now, so it's out on the road. We've seen a significant increase in the cost of fire trucks and how long it takes for them to be built. So we ordered new engine 112. The purchase order requisition was created today. So new engine 112, the cost was $1,124,800. So the trucks are getting very expensive, and we will see it in 3 years and 9 months. So just to make sure I kept up on our fleet replacement, in the last few years that I've been fire chief, when we ordered a truck, we could usually have it within a year, but just with everything that's going on with production now, it now takes almost 4 years to get a truck. So we ordered it a couple years ahead of time, so we made sure that we stayed up on our fleet replacement schedule. So just want to let the board know, in 3 years, 9 months, we'll have new engine 112. The truck that's there now, it'll be fine for the next few years. This is just, again, making sure that we stay up to date on our fleet replacement and our trucks don't get behind on maintenance and things of that nature. The other thing is, with as cold as it is, a couple things. One, if you use space heaters, make sure you're maintaining 3 feet all the way around them. That's just a safety thing. That's pretty much standard on all space heaters. And the other thing is, with the cold weather, is if you have a gas burning fuel appliances, furnaces, or anything else, make sure you have a working carbon monoxide detector. So carbon monoxide is odorless and colorless, and you really need to have that detector in case there's any issues going on. So hope everybody's staying warm. We did go out on a fire with Blendon Township yesterday, so pretty cold day. Again, just stay safe, be careful on the ice. We're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing some injuries as a result of that, so just be careful. One thing they recommend is when you walk, try to walk like a penguin. Just kind of shuffle your feet a little bit so you don't slip on the ice. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Trustee Sandberg, can I make one more comment that I forgot to make? So we're live on YouTube right now for this meeting, and when this meeting ends, the stream will end, but it'll start back up at 7:15 for folks at home watching that want to be part of that public hearing. We are going to stream that as well, so I just wanted to put that out there. I didn't want them to see us go offline and go, yes, they're not going to go on. So we'll come back at 7:15.
Okay. Have a couple of announcements. if there's no more, was there any more business? Anyone have any other comments? Okay. End of meeting announcements. The next regular trustee meeting is February 12th at 6:30. The electric and gas aggregation SOPEC public hearing is immediately following this meeting, as Mr. Myers just spoke about. And a reminder that the second hearing will be at 6 p.m. before the Board of Trustee meeting on February 12th. This says 12th. Yeah, it would be on February 12th. Okay. And so if there's no other announcements, I move to adjourn this meeting at 6:55.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.